What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Happy Monday. Or is it? When it comes to this team, man, there is never a dull moment. As today, the New Orleans Saints signed Carr to a 4-year contract. The money was reasonable. There wasn't no trade clause, but the Jets could have easily afforded this contract. This all comes down to the timeline, man. And we've talked about this for about a month now. The Aaron Rodgers timeline makes things very inconvenient for the whole processing for this team. So you look at where, if you're Derek Carr, look from his perspective. If you met with the Jets twice, with the owner, the general manager, and the coach, at some point you say, okay, make me your best offer. Do you want me or not? And if the Jets are like, well, we kind of want to wait. No, I'm out. Like, either you want me or you don't. Simple as that. He doesn't want to play the waiting game. You want to be just the king of the castle here. He goes to the Saints with the coach he's familiar with, and I get it. So now it's like, well, is it Aaron Rodgers a bust for the Jets? Well, I think it may have to be at this point, because what are your other options? It was funny, once this story came out, it was like, well, the Jets still have their eyes on Jimmy G. Listen, Jimmy G can't stay healthy, and unless he's bringing Kyle Shanahan with him, that's not doing anything for me. So now it's Aaron Rodgers, and now do the Jets have do the Packers have leverage now? So if the Jets weren't making didn't have any trade discussions or kind of solidify anything prior to the Carr announcement, now the Packers can play a little bit of hardball. But like, hey, man, you know, how bad do you want him? Maybe they could say, you know, we want this now because we know how desperate you are. We know that your owner is sweating bullets. And I continue to wonder that if there was a scenario where Saleh and Douglas wanted Carr, and Woody Johnson's like, you know what? I want the shiny new toy, and that's Aaron Rodgers. I want to sell tickets. This is the guy I want. Make it happen no matter what. Regardless if that case happened or not, now you have that situation. So it gets interesting where, you know, does Aaron Rodgers want to play, which rumors are he does. I don't even know what to believe in terms of the rumors anymore, but does he want to play? Does he want to actually leave Green Bay? Does Green Bay want to trade him? Will he restructure his contract? All this stuff has to be ironed out prior to free agency. Now, you're hoping that some of this stuff was probably negotiated already, if even happening, but we don't know. Like, there's a large contingent that believes that Aaron Rodgers will find a way to make it work in Green Bay for another year. And that's the other thing. The Jets could be all in on Aaron Rodgers and make a deal for him, but how many years are you getting him for? I'll continue to say, if you're getting him for 1 year, it's not worth it. It's a 1-year Band-Aid. It's like a Band-Aid, because you're going to have the same problem next year. And to say, you know what, we're going to get him for 1 year, that's going to guarantee us a Super Bowl, is saying a little bit much. There's no guarantees on anything. You get him 1 year to groom Zach Wilson. Now we're going to pay, what, God knows how much money for a mentor for Zach Wilson. That isn't the answer. So it's got to be, if you trade for Aaron Rodgers, you got to try to get some kind of commitment more than 1 year. You got to have him restructure his contract and go from there. Your other option, the only thing to keep an eye on, is Lamar Jackson. Maybe by some miracle, the Baltimore Ravens give him the non-exclusive tag. And then, hey, listen, 2 first-round picks there. We can, then you can start talking. If there's people willing to give up 2 first-round picks to Aaron Rodgers, you'd have no problem giving up 2 first-round picks for Lamar Jackson. But does that even happen? But now I understand the portion of the fan base that's nervous, because this is your fear. Carr goes somewhere else. Say Rodgers stays in Green Bay. The rumor is Tannehill's going to stay in Tennessee, even though they're cutting half their team right now. I mean, you can't sell Jimmy G. And then you start talking about Minshew and Brissett and Baker Mayfield. And then you're like, you know what? You entered this offseason with high expectations with this owner, like, I want to make a move. We're going to make a move. We're going to get a veteran quarterback. Everybody's all hyped up, and now we're getting nervous. So we'll see what happens here. This Aaron Rodgers stuff is going to be interesting. I'm hoping that we get some kind of resolution within the next 3 or 4 days, because you can't have this linger into free agency, because who's going to come here if you don't have a quarterback? It can be, well, we think we're going to get. No, you need to know who it is. You need to know who the quarterback is and how much cap space you have and what moves you have to make. So we'll see what happens. I'll talk to you later.